Hey, Restoration, earlier this week, as I was in the Bible reading plan on the app, it was in Jeremiah 42. And I thought Jeremiah 42 was actually pretty appropriate for us coming out of this series called Homefront, and especially this last weekend when we talked about the idea of confession and repentance. And here's why Jeremiah 42 kind of stuck out at me. In verse 6, it says this: whether it is good or bad, we will obey the voice of the Lord. And so what I thought about whenever I was reading that was this reality of how many people seek God's guidance, but aren't willing to actually obey that guidance. I mean, it's kind of like going to counseling and you listen to the counselor, and the counselor gives you advice, or the counselor gives you a scriptural kind of truth to meet that problem, whatever it is. And you're like, I don't know. Same thing applies with God. I know for even in my own life, and I know in many of yours, we have sought God's guidance without the willingness to actually obey what he says. In Jeremiah 42 and 43, even, you start to see this connection that oftentimes, and I want to be careful how I say that, oftentimes God's provision and protection is tied to obedience. So I want to encourage you today, as you seek God's guidance, and I believe so many of us at Restoration are indeed seeking God's guidance, whether it be any part of our lives, before we ask that question, would we put our yes in front of the Lord? Lord, whatever you say, good or bad, we are willing to obey the voice of the Lord. Listen, as you contemplate that, and let me encourage you in that, let me also just say we are about to enter the summertime here at Restoration, and typically things slow down a little bit, but not so much this summer. Want to encourage you to be praying. Please be praying for us and the students as they go to camp next week. And then on June 15th, we'll start sports camp. Super excited about that. Just ask that you be praying for the safety, for the salvation of the kids, and even that the leaders would be used as agents of grace. Then later in June, we have child dedication coming up on Father's Day. If that is something you need to do with your family and with your children, I want to encourage you to do that. That's usually a pretty sweet time for our worship services on Sundays. That's on Father's Day, child dedication. And then the last Saturday of June, we will have our first beach baptism of the year. Super excited about that. And then let me encourage you for two more things. I know it's a lot. We're starting our Spanish classes. Like typically throughout the school year, we have English as second language being taught. But over the summer, we actually want to teach Spanish to those of you who want to put a tool in your tool belt when it comes to evangelizing, ministering, loving our neighbors who are often Spanish-speaking neighbors. And then finally, I just want to encourage you as well. The last Sunday of the month, we are going to have an interest meeting for all of those who are interested in going to Honduras this fall on a mission trip, to which that Spanish would come in handy. Anyway, church, looking forward to seeing and worshiping with you on Sunday. Until then, be on mission.